it's Izzibel. Today I'm working on day 27 of 30 Days of Sketches with Chrissy's Beautiful Life Series 9. Now, the sketch that we're working on was created by Kristen Foster from Scrapping on the Fly, and the prompt over at Dottie About Flair with Adam is to somehow challenge yourself to do a half and half design. Now, what I decided was taking the same picture and just printing one in black and white and then one in color and kind of just create that imaginary line going down in between the two, and then on one side have sort of a opposite design. So like on one side, if I use pink, the other side I'll use white. At least for the star, that's what I did. But if I use black, I use white. So like I use opposite designs. You'll see as it comes together if that didn't make sense, but I think that makes sense. I am going to create this design all using the Cricut. I pretty much designed it on my Cricut design space and then selected the papers that I wanted to cut, and I just am going to recreate it with paper, so it should come together fairly quick. What I decided to go with first was the white background to create my base. And then I pulled in I cut 2 stars and then I cut the stars in half. Now what I did was I went on my Cricut design space, I offset a star to create a border, and then I cut the star in half so that I had 4 different cuts. Now on one side where I have the black and white photo, I'm going to put the pink star with the white outline, and instead of having the white background, I'm going to put black for the background so that that star will pop off that. Now, on the other side, it's going to be opposite. So since I have a black background, I'm going to do a white background. And instead of the star being pink with a white outline, it's going to be white with a pink outline. And then I'm going to leave a little bit of space. On the sketch, it looks like Kristen has maybe about 2.5 inches of that pink strip going across the page. I made my star just a little bit too big, but I'm going to do 1.25 inches going across. Now on one side, because I divided that line going down, on one side where I have the black background, I'm going to do the white strip, and then on the opposite side, it'll be a black strip. And that should contrast very well with what I'm going for on the picture. So once I get that laid out, I'm going to pull the banner that I had the Cricut cut. And on the design that I had on the design space, all I had was just the pink star. But I thought that it would be more fitting, more appealing to add all 3 colors that I'm using onto the banner strip, just so that it can correlate to the design. And so what I do is, instead of just leaving it black and pink, I add one of the white stars in the center, and it kind of just looks like I offset the star. As I go on through the design, I end up pulling this apart again, and instead of having just the banner strip be flat, I pop up that pink and white star on some square foam adhesives, and then I add 2 more white smaller stars above each corner, just to create that dimension on the banner. But as I mentioned, I do that part a little bit later. Now what I did was I put the photos on the star and kind of just adjusted them to see where I want them to lay, because I'm trying to figure out how big I should have the borders. I am going to double border each picture. The black and white one, I'm going to do a really thin layer of black and then a really thin layer of white as the base border. And then for the color photo, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to do a really thin border of white and then use the black as a thin border base. And then get those adhered with some fun foam onto the star. But before I actually do that, because I like to get ahead of myself when I talk, there's this design that I pulled in from the Cricut design space that I'm going to kind of have in the background of the star. I think they're called, I'm not 100% on what they're called. I know that I came across it a while ago, But what I had typed in my search engine was tribal designs. And then I cropped it to create the same design 4 times. And as you see me put it together, I have, for the white base background side, the black tribal coming from behind the star. And then on the opposite side, the white tribal coming from behind the star. And then I'm going to sporadically, I just cut stars in different sizes. I'm going to place them. At first, I kind of just sporadically placed them. And then I kind of wanted it to mirror each other. So I tried my best to keep it almost like a mirror. If I have a big star on one side, it's just about in the same spot on the opposite side of it, and it's in the opposite color. Now I'm going to do this throughout the whole design and then get it adhered off camera. Now for the photos, like I said, I do add some fun foam to create some dimension behind the photos. And then I also, as I was adhering the stars, I thought that it would be interesting to make the larger stars kind of pop up on some foam square adhesives and create dimension throughout. Now, I got a little bit carried away while I was off camera, and I used my alpha die cuts to create the title. Now, at first, I have the title as Love This, Love That, and I get it all adhered down and realize that I would prefer it to read Love This, Love Us. So what I decide to do is, since the photo is covering part of the star, I'm just going to cut the leg off of the star and then recut it from some scraps and put it right back so that I could do the Love Us instead of the Love That, because I waited a little bit too long and the glue had completely adhered it down. There was no moving it without destroying it. So this is the way that I recreated that little portion. And because the photo covers the cut, you couldn't really tell that that's what I did. And then I'm going to get the Love Us on that. And that is pretty much, I believe, the layout. I have my half and half design. The sketch looks similar to my design. And I am really happy with how this one came out. A little bit different than being able to use my stickers, but either way, it still came out great. It is still cute, and I hope that you guys enjoyed watching me put this together, even though a lot of it is just Cricut cut. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching with me. Thank you so much for subscribing. I am looking forward to getting the 2 that I have left edited and posted for you guys to see what I was able to do, and move out of Series 9 and start creating my my own things. Although, as I've been watching videos and stuff, I have been finding a lot of designs that I kind of want to scrap lift. So I might throw in a few scrap lifts here and there. We'll see how that comes together. But thank you all for being here. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and stay crafty. Bye.